Well, if you're like me, you might often find yourself having the most wildest dreams and always be wondering, what does it mean? What does it hold for the future? Well, we have a dream analyst on the phone with us now. Jane Teresa Anderson, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Hayley.
So lovely to have you here. Now, I have to ask, because this is one of those jobs, you see the job title and you think, how did that person get into this?
Yeah.
How did you find your way into analysing our dreams?
It was an unexpected path because I've actually got an honours degree in science. But in the end, my curiosity with my own dreams got me there. And I set out and I did research with a few hundred people on their dreams, and it all started from there.
Wow. Do you have popular dreams or themes that people always ask you to analyse?
Yeah, so you can't use a dream dictionary approach for dreams, but there are some kind of common themes that we all have that people ask about. And the reason for that is we're all human beings and we all tend to go through similar things at some stage in our lives. You know, we might go through grief, or we might go through building up our potential, or we might go through things coming to an end, or whatever. And when those kind of general human themes happen to us, we tend to have similar themed dreams that reflect what's going on for us.
Wow.
So what's a popular grief dream? Like if someone lost a one near and dear to them, what would they kind of dream about? Not necessarily about that person, but what would relate to the grief?
Yeah, that's right. The strange thing is our dreams aren't literal, and they don't look like what we're actually processing. No. So, yeah, in terms of losing someone near and dear to us, it can be, and this sounds a bit superficial, but it can be as simple as having a dream that has a high emotion of loss, but it can be about losing your handbag or your way home. You know, anything that's got a sense of loss, but with an extreme sense of emotion, can be expressing your sense of being lost yourself in your own world, as well as having lost the person.
Well, if I draw from that, Jane, I have to ask, so one of my reoccurring themes, because I don't have reoccurring dreams that are the same dream over and over, but one of the things that always happens in my dreams is that I'm trying to run or I'm trying to move and I can't. You know, I'm like stuck in thick mud. Do you ever have those?
Yeah, and as you say, the details are always different, but the theme is that. So I'd love to ask you one question. How do you feel in that moment when you can't move forward? What's the main emotion that you feel in those dreams?
Terrified. Yeah, like scared.
Scared, yeah. So the interpretation does depend on how the dreamer feels. So these dreams are generally about not being able to get where you want to go, obviously. But when you transfer that as a metaphor in your life and say, what is it that I'm trying to achieve, or a place I'm trying to go, but I'm feeling way down, I can't quite get there, you know. And in your case, which is common, it's terrified. It's like, well, what are my fears about, my real unconscious fears about where I want to go? Because your dreams show your unconscious side as well. And sometimes it can be, for a lot of us, it can be as simple as, you know what, the places I want to go, the goals I want to achieve in life, unconsciously, I actually don't want to do that.
And I want to ask, so I'm just reading a bit about you. You say that having your dreams analysed with you can help your life, your day-to-day life, your clarity, lighter, brighter. How does it help you, knowing what your dreams might mean?
Yeah, well, what your dreams are doing is they're processing the last 1 to 2 days of your conscious and your unconscious experiences to try to make sense of your world, you know. And some people might say, oh, but there's bits from my past in my dreams. And that's correct, because your dreams are saying, oh, the things that I've experienced in the last couple of days, that's like when I was 3 or when I was 15. So it will touch back to similar things. And then in an ideal world, you wake up, your mind has processed all that stuff. You've got a clearer view about where you're going in the future. So, for example, Hayley, in your dream, what you can do is you wake up and you close your eyes and you reimagine yourself back in the dream, only this time you can run or you can walk or you can fly, and you just reimagine the opposite, and you bring up this emotion of feeling not terrified that you feel, but seeing whatever you feel is the opposite to terrified, feeling really good. And by keep visualizing the opposite to the dream, you actually begin to reprogram your sense of whatever's holding you back and be more ready to go to that goal.
I feel like what might happen, though, is that I would realise that actually I just ate a bit of cheese before bed and it made it all kick off.
Yeah, is that a thing, cheese before
and
bed?
magnesium. Magnesium sprays and pills make you dream crazy.
Apparently magnesium does, yeah. Food can cause indigestion, can wake us up. It can end up being like you're dreaming that there's a snake coiling around your stomach or something because your physical body is going, ow, ow, in your stomach, and your brain's going, what's this like? This is like a snake curling around. So all sorts of things can happen. And so, to that extent, what you've eaten the night before can come into your dream. But still, if you look at the rest of your dream, you get great insight into what's happening in your life.
Still gems to be found in there.
I'm going to be terrified going to sleep tonight.
Same. I'm going to be
There's
like
a snake in my bed.
Yeah, same.
So when you have a dream that you've gone wheeze and you wake up and for a moment you're terrified you've wet the bed, but it turns out you just really need to go.
You dare not move.
You did. Fascinating stuff. Jane Teresa Anderson, dream analyst, writer and mentor. You can go to janeteresa.com if you'd like more info. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning, Jane.
Thank you for having me on the show.